since
on point. The blink has been paying dividends. MG Trust, they do smoke up though. Had a bit of enough of that.
Savage gonna get jumped on. Fearless does not get the avalanche, now does get ruptured. Static Storm gonna hold him in place. They don't really want to give up this tiny like this, but they may not have a choice. Go down, and Jackie is very far forward, so they just jump immediately. That'll force the buyback from Fearless. Jackie, it's gonna be okay, but Boombo will not be. Now, well, they're looking for more Arbit. A great stop out from Jabs into Arbit's X. Fearless, he did just buy back. They can't afford to lose him like this. While Masaros will control up the side with the Hex onto Jabs, but Cuckoo will take care of him, and Fearless is gone. On the Tiny, he does die back, and now Jackie also being caught out on the Drell. An ultra kill out for Savage, making a rampage.
Oh boy, MG Trust, man, they've been so patient.
Wait lang boys, wait lang boys. Kasi gamit ko hong
ko yung Stream King eh. Magawa natin siya ng bago.
To eat some Filipino food. I'm just surprised they haven't done that. Like, again, he says he likes tapa, right? You know what tapa? You know, cured meat, and it's so basic. Like, there's so much unique, interesting foods, and I feel like Filipino and Korean tastes kind of line up. It's just so
funny,
I just want Marge to have some. You know,
It's funny that that's the only thing he'll eat, because when I met QO a few weeks ago, he ate all my jerky, which is basically cured meat.
Yeah, exactly. Huh? Maybe it's an MVP Phoenix thing, huh?
Yeah, I was annoying QO about MVP Phoenix as well, John. I've been trying to get him to try and get it started again. Tells me there's no chance of it happening, but I'm gonna keep trying, so don't you worry.
Yeah, keep trying for all of us, Mike. That's everyone's wish.
100 ping handicap for Armel.
Alright, partida na daw. Maawa ka naman, Jules. They're just saying give Armel a handicap just to give us a chance. Japoy's asking for a chance. Yeah, Yopaj, right? We talked about this. Yopaj, Japoy. So flip around like Lodi, Idol and Lodi. Yeah, we're weird, man. I don't know. It's funny because you're the one living upside down, Mike. You should be the one flip, but we're the ones flipping it.
It is true. Tell you, John, it's very hard to go to the bathroom when we're upside down. Very hard. Learn to do it.
Still, not
Bot
too
lane.
much excitement over this yet.
Look at this bot lane, though.
Pokes.
They've just been left alone here. KP and Skem. A lot of heroes up top. 4 heroes from TNC. They're going to try and go for a fight. And play hard, going after March, but now the surround is here and they are going to just focus down, play hard. I'm getting PTSD from the last game, John.
Oof.
First
Yeah.
blood.
Play hard goes. Somewhere out there. Matthew is smiling.
Yeah, man, it's like you will experience it too. Play hard. Still, you know, it takes a little bit more effort for TNC, and he gets to reset. Back in the lane, he's gonna be with JG on that offlane Batrider. They are gonna be up against Gabby and March.
So your Page is on 100 ping. Is that what the deal is here?
No, they want Armel on 100 ping.
No,
I
but
think
this,
as
I'm pretty
as,
sure your Page is on 100 ping, dude.
no. Gabby's saying, "Do you want 100 ping handicap on Armel?" And they're like, "Nah." And March is like, 100 ping is nothing for him. Not much
We
of
have
a
another
handicap,
pause.
apparently.
Gabby's,
it's dinner time,
Gabby's
Mike.
paused us. Bit of time. There. Pancakes up. Wonder what it is. You know, the ironic thing is KP's playing from Australia.
Uh-huh.
Never disconnected. Like, all of you, all the rest of 9 other players are Filipinos playing on the Singapore server.
Uh-huh.
KP is the only one in Australia right now, and he's not having any problems.
Yeah. It's as expected. Yopaj. This was a pause from TNC. Yopaj takes the time to just get a disconnect as well. Why not? You know? But yeah, because well, you know, it's a different level of bad, Mike. What can I say? Just on a whole new level. It's a whole new world of disconnects. Oh man, chat. I just checked. Chat.
Yeah.
I just checked. They went wild over that story. They know. Y'all know what I said. Yeah, to my friends, that one with Libog. I'll just say it because I can't get in trouble. It's in Filipino, Libog.
No, hold on. Don't say anything. You know, we don't know if we're gonna get in trouble. Jeez.
All right. Too much fun there. Too much fun.
Too much fun. Back to the game. Back to serious mode. KP at this bot lane going to be up against Scam and John Newell. Tim's also going to be there, and actually this Phoenix is in a bit of danger. Be alright though, surely. Find that tier 1 tower and we'll have to salve up.
And that's one of the difficulties of laning against that Bloodseeker. Every time you drop low, you're pressured to immediately heal up. The salves are that much more important. Every tango counts. Because once you drop low and KP gets level 2, Thirst kicks in and he can use that low HP advantage to push into Scam and get a lot of damage off. Have to be careful about balancing it on that Phoenix.
Mid lane going very evenly so far, but Mel, he's hit that level 3 mark now, so that lucky shot is going to start coming into this this 1v1, and of course lucky shot can be very, very frustrating to play against, especially when you are the tiny. Mel going to continue trying to get that proc and continue using those voice lines against your Page.
Ooh. This is the risk for your Page. Every disarm, he's just not winning these trades. It's going to be important on those power runes as well, but look at that. Your Page low, 1 tango left, Thirst kicks in, and you just put more pressure in the side lanes when you win trades like that.
Be careful. Washbuckle here from Armel. He wants to go for it. Have a look at the top lane quickly. March is there on the Venge, of course, with Gabby on the Arc Warden. Eva, play hard on the clock. JG on the Bat Rider. Fairly standard stuff here, not too much happening. Like Gabby has been sitting very far back, making sure JG can't get too aggressive with this Bat Rider. That's the idea, right? As long as you stay away from him, you should be fine.
Yeah, and it's been smooth going. Gabby's farm is not outstanding, 6-4, 7-4 now. Compare that to a slightly better time for Scam on bot. But you're not gonna cry about it like JG. As this Bat Rider, he's not getting as much pressure, and that's the important bit. As long as you're not being shoved away by a bat, you're doing your job in the safe lane. You're gonna be able to dip in that jungle anyway as the Arc Warden. And if once you got that Midas, in fact, just a bit of action.
JG gonna go for a Firefly, and they have got March cogsed up, so March should be easily going down, and they do get him. Nice pick off there from Neon Esports. Of course, March will be okay with it, knowing Gabby was left alone. And with that Firefly down for another 30 seconds, he can have some peace and quiet.
Yeah, it's not the worst here to lose, and you know, March was low on mana as well, so he gets a bit of a reset going back into the lane. You get some spell spam out. In fact, he actually heads mid to help secure those 4-minute bounties, so you can see that focus on getting those runes up here.
Well, sharpen that mid lane for a second, but can't do too much on the Phoenix at the moment. Your Page, however, is copping so much harass, and as soon as that stun came out from March, it'll force out the TP from Play Hard. And you see March, he just runs straight back up top. He was more than happy with that TP being expended, but Armel is gonna die because of it.
Ooh, yeah, ruthless Yapaj with the punishment and the avalanche toss, just getting it onto the cogs as well, perfectly spaced out there.
Tim's bot lane getting very low on this Grimstroke. But yeah, he does tick out, and now the Fire Spirits do connect onto KP. Zar level 2 Fire Spirits, so KP gonna survive on 15 HP and is gonna TP out in time and be just fine.
And Neon starting to find that aggression, putting a dent here on the progression of TNC. Not quite where it matters, but you're going to take it anyway. You're slowing KP's progression in the Bloodseeker. You're giving space towards Schem. And that's the most important part. Getting the draw off to a running start, getting John Yuel some EXP. And once you hit those key points, level 6 in your supports, initial farm on the drow, it can be smooth sailing past that 10-minute mark. So far, you know, the conditions for Neon in the first 10 minutes, it's not looking too bad.
Very good, actually. 3-2. Slight net worth lead. You've got to just be a little bit concerned about how well Gabby is farming, but they are trying to keep his farm at bay as now he will Flux and Spark Wraith JG. It's going to be it. Going back to hitting creeps to get that Midas up as soon as possible in this Arc Warden. That is going to be the most important thing from TNC, is just to make sure he can get that itemization up. Armel, however, mid lane, trying to get a power rune. Get lucky with a haste.
Yeah, he's got his Rolling Thunder ready. We haven't seen any movement out or into mid to get these initial level 6 uses out yet. Probably just waiting for a bit more time, maybe waiting for the support to be up and running. You can't do too much with Venge at 3 and Grimstroke at 4. The lanes are too tied up, so it's going to be a bit more stacked in mid just for a while longer.
Okay, be a nice little Inkswell play there with Tims, but they aren't going to keep going for any form of a kill, just trying to pressure out Skem on this Drow. I've actually got 3 heroes down here from Neon, but TNC will bring Armel down, and Armel is going to run straight in with the haste on to Skem, and he's just going to blow up to the Blood Ride. Now going on to play hard perhaps, but the Cogs going to push him out, and KB going to be in danger. Do get him, the Apage. I don't know about this. He gets stunned up by the Inkswell, and Armel going to have his way with him. Will get the Swashbuckle, takes out another, and with this haste rune, Armel can just take down everyone. Cogs is going to be there. Play hard will still die to March. March, well, he's diving tier 1s, but the rest of his team did not want to. We'll back off in time.
And looks like, you know, it looks like March was right. 100 ping is nothing to Armel if he is on that handicap. They just find those kills and they set themselves up to keep that pressure bot. It's only John Uel around, but they've still got 3 heroes here, TNC.
Uel be able to swash, or rather Icarus dive away. See, because of that rotation from Armel, Skem, he just TPs into the mid lane on the Drow and tries to get some free farming going there. So he understands what's coming, right? Like, there's so much pressure on him to be able to get the farm his team needs for him to be able to join these team fights early on. They know they can't go late game into the Arc Warden. It's just going to be hellish to go up against, and it's Gabby on Arc Warden. He does tend to do a pretty damn good job.
Yeah, they've got to secure that early farm, and they're buying that space out perfectly here. Like, Skem's just perfectly fine to even find a kill on KP.
Do. Nice little pick up there. Took 3 heroes, but they do get it done. And TNC, they are going to group up with March and Tims and run up top. See if they can get a pick off onto JG, but no, JG is going to break the smoke of March. Spotted him out. Probably going to keep his distance now as he knows they are around. But again, even if they can't kill off the Bat Rider, if Gabby's farming, they're going to be happy.
Yeah, it's still a good time for Gabby. You know, he's up there in last. It's not quite as free as you'd expect. Number 3 in net worth, keeping up with your Podge. So it's going swimmingly. I think right now TNC, they need to wait for that initial farm, as mentioned on Gabby, even KP. You need level 6 up on your Bloodseeker before you can start running around here. He's been slowed down a bit on that offlane, so just get some catch-up time for your blood and kind of stim you to bleeding, right? The Neon is the one looking for blood. See your Paj just going deep behind that tier 1, looking for a toss opportunity.
Quite get one, but now he spots out Tims. Stare him down. Don't know he's there yet. He does. He's been very sneaky here, Tims. Paj actually going to choose to back off. He's not going to try to go for it. Might be just a little bit too risky.
Yeah, it's wasn't a clean cut for them, as there is a group up top. JG along with John Uel.
He's going to cop a lot of damage. He might even get blown up here. JG still with the Flux being left alone is going to go down. Now the egg to be committed, but Gabby with the Tempest double is just focusing on it, and Armel will come out, get a bit more damage up, but here comes your Paj onto March. They'll get the Venge, but that'll be it. They don't really get much else. Definitely a better trade for TNC.
Yeah, they don't even find the kill in the Tempest double, so no extra gold from picking that up. It just expires in front of them. And TNC, they're going to be pleased. That's the first egg not being so effective for Neon. Going to have to watch how to use that spell. Their teamfight relies on that.
KP going to go for the rupture into the blood, right? Could they have the damage in time? Well, they do. Off to the bot lane, it seems. Or maybe even just start pushing in mid. They've got so many heroes here. Bit unorthodox to go for that mid lane first, but if you think you can do it, you may as well, and seems to believe he can.
Yeah, they've got the right click speed. He's got the Midas, so he does hit a lot faster. They don't have the level in Magnetic, but you don't need it when you hit that fast anyway. So you're going to do lots of chip damage here.
Look at Gabby, just the Tempest double, going to kill off Play Hard.
Ooh.
God, I hate Arc Warden so much as a hero. It's just, you know how many times it's happened to me, John? It's such a sad way to die.
Yeah, it is. It is. But Gabby just getting the punishment out. And they did find a tier 1 top here, Neon. So they found an objective for their troubles. Skem is sort of freely farming. He's been left alone for a long time. He is going to have his Dragonlance up soon, but he needs to show some progress afterwards. And I think for Neon right now, the travels for GG are key. Travels into Blink for this bat. They need a way to jump in, get the initiation off, and start finding some pickoffs to slow TNC down. There's a 2k lead here for TNC. That's just going to ramp up as the Midas continues to get used up by Gabby.
Going for the Maelstrom next, right? On this Arc Warden. The standard build-up. Sit in the jungle and get a bunch of stacks. Way to do it. He has the Javelin, just needs the Mithril Hammer. Neon, all they can do is just kind of sit by idly and wait. Seems like they don't really have a way to find TNC or get anything done.
No, even their wards right now are super defensive as well. Just watching their own jungle openings to prevent TNC from coming in. But TNC doesn't need to be the aggressor. It has to be Neon that starts finding those openings. It's just they can't. They're also waiting for Yapaj to finish a blink. He's still 1,000 gold away. And they just can't do anything until those tools are up. They get a scan off, but it should be clear where they are.
They get a ward out, but that's going to be dewarded immediately. And now with the Soulbind, and Armel is coming in with a double rupture out as well.
Boy.
They get the egg off in time. It's not going to matter. Oh, that's a rough one. And, well, that ward you just placed, it's gone. March has got it.
Unfortunate for Neon, but man, the Wamo combo here from TNC. Soulbind, double rupture. Ooh, you just can't do anything once you're caught in that. And Neon has to be cautious. They're bleeding their supports, so the bright side here is that the cores have a ton of space to farm up. This farm just has to matter. I believe that's the travels for JG flying out, and they're going for the defense.
Well, they could get Armel, it'd be a big pickoff. He doesn't have the Rolling Thunder, but they can't really catch him out. Hook shot, nice from Play Hard, but do they have the damage to follow up? Look at Gabby's damage. Just taking out half his HP already, and he's going back for the T1 tower, the Tempest double, and it is going to get denied at least. So they do save the gold on Neon Esports. Back towards Yapaj, however, who went way too far forward by himself. He's going to die.
It's not the hero you want dying. In fact, Skem.
Ace rune activated by Armel. He's going to think better of it. And well, now JG going for a nice lasso onto March. They're trying to settle for any kill they can get. But look at Armel. He wants to jump into the cogs and deal with Play Hard. And he does. He'll just roll his way out. Call that one a drive-by, John.
Yep, that it is. Armel cleanly finding that kill, and TNC find themselves a 4k lead. 7-13 now at the 15-minute mark. They really need these blinks to come out here for Neon. That is basically it. JG with the travels can apply pressure in the lanes, so he is free to just go around, play in the riskier lanes, TP out afterwards. But they need the blink timing. So Podge is about 400 gold off. Once you've got that, again, the Tiny can come in, burst some heroes down. Big one, easiest one would have been KP, but he does have a Hood of Defiance up, so even a Bloodseeker's a bit tough. Maybe just settle for the supports and snowball that way. March tends to be a bit far forward or isolated to buy space. That's a hero they can punish, but beyond that, you know, just waiting for JG's own blink. At least, well, Yopaj actually finishes up, right, speaking, so they've got an option with a Tiny. They just need to kind of use it and maybe smoke up and try to make a play.
Blaine Armel is having a look. JG, I believe, on the Bat Rider, but we do have a quick disconnection out from Yopaj. Neon are having internet. Stated it is the rainy season right now, so it's to be expected.
Yep.
How heavy is the rain, by the way, where you are, John?
It just flashed. So what I had was like a massive amount of wind with some heavy raindrops. It sounded like really heavy raindrops, but I think there's a low pressure area forming off the east coast of the Philippines, way east. So it's coming in, which brings a lot of wind, a lot of rain. I feel like a weather reporter, Mike, talking about that.
Very good.
But yeah, it's a lot of rain. It's a lot of rain. Might be causing some. Well, it more than likely is causing net issues. You can see from Neon, but hopefully not for too long. I do believe their pause time ticked down as well. I think Zex pointed that out a while ago, like 6 minutes a while back. That was a very long pause. Start to dig in, and of course, you remember. I believe that pause time is shared between games, so you don't want to run out of pause time into game number 2.
They don't. There it is.
Ooh, yeah.
1 minute of pause time remaining. That is pretty rough for Neon. All they've got. What happens after the pause time is over, though?
They just go. No more pause. Yeah, so if a disconnect happens, you're not obliged, technically, to wait. It's the rule book. It is what it is, right? Like, it's a fair chance to both sides.
Oh, of course.
If it happens, it happens.
I'm not questioning the rules. I just wanted to know what happens if they run out of time. That's all. March,
Ooh.
nice deny on that DD room, but a great hook shot out from Play Hard. Straight onto Tim's, but he's going to survive. March swaps him out, and they're going to go after this Tiny. But Skem, he came in from the back lines, getting Tim's on that Grimstroke, and now going after KB, and they are actually going to be able to get him. In fact, make it another March. Came back in on the Venge, and suddenly TNC has lost 3.
Ooh, really big pickups there for Neon. Finally finding that momentum. That blink from Yopaj not even coming into play. They just managed to clean up with a good hook shot in a very tight spot. Have to be careful though, as TNC, they're still clumped up. They've got a numbers disadvantage. That doesn't seem to dissuade Armel from showing himself in that wave.
Play Hard just cops a bunch of Spark Wraiths and is probably going to die to a Tempest Double now. He does get tossed away, and they do Sunray him up. Make it out. Very, very tough game for the Clockwork. One thing that hasn't changed is Gabby is still farming very, very well. The only difference being now, Skem is at the top of the net worth board.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic time staying in that jungle, clearing out stacks, building up on the Drow. Has the Yasha up with the Dragon Lance going towards that Manta style next. So it's going to be harder to pin down Skem. Going to be at least tanking through a lot more hits and going to be able to self-purge if he is in a dicey spot. TNC, their lead down to 1k. And when you have the Arc Warden, a 1k lead is usually not a good sign. They need to start widening it, start finding a few key pickoffs. Lasso.
Yeah, nice lasso out. They got the big target in Armel. Yopaj going to be out with the Avalanche, but no toss back yet. In fact, he doesn't even have it. Good hook shot in from Play Hard, but they are still moving forward onto Yopaj, who has been ruptured up and now swapped out. The Yopaj is still there. Nobody's taken him out yet, but KP will come in and clean it up. Now the Ek to be committed. Skem, he wants to keep fighting. And March looks to fall here on the Venge unless that multi-shot misses like that. And March will survive for a bit longer as he does get another swap off onto JG. They're going to turn back around now. Stroke of Fate, not going to quite connect, but the Blood Right should not get the dust, or rather gust off. Armel cutting off from the side. Be able to finish him off, but they do win out that team fight, TNC.
Yeah, it's a pretty bloody one, but they come out on top. Again, you're seeing the effect of this double rupture coming out. It's just super effective in isolating these heroes, forcing them to make a choice. And Neon aren't quite ready to face up against that. They've got to be a bit more coordinated as well with these pick-off opportunities. When they go for the Blink Lasso, you have to ensure Yopaj is in range to get his combination off. If he's not, the damage, it's not going to be enough. And TNC will have opportunities to bounce back in. So have to temper that aggression back just a tad for Neon and choose their fights well.
Armel committed the Rolling Thunder, but not going to be able to catch up to the Phoenix. Just going to have to let him go. You can see they're remaining grouped up as if they want to go for a bit of a smoke here. Tims did bring one along with him, but they aren't going to commit quite yet. However, Neon will. Pete. Careful as JG going to look for a target now with the lasso, and they have caught out one in the form of Armel. They're going to burst down the Pango straight away. Tims, he could still be in danger, and ooh, that's an ugly pause time. Gabby is going to pause the game, and looks like TNC might be having issues now. On pause. Tims should guaranteed be dead. Will be. Skem, a double kill on the Drow.
Yep, just clean pickoffs for them. Big kill in Armel. Just keeping that Pango back from building up, and he's stalled out a bit in progression. Is just lacking one part for the Halberd to be up and running. That's going to give them a lot more consistent disarm as well for the Drow. Important to find that item soon. For TNC's part, again, they're just trying to give Gabby the space to build up. He's still up there in net worth, but you can see Skem pull away. And that's never a good sign when your Midas here is, well, your double Midas here is not keeping up with someone without it. Like Skem, very efficient in the triangle. Surprising that TNC has not maintained vision or control in that Radiant Triangle to stop this farm.
It's going to be a concern here for TNC. I really didn't expect Skem to be this far ahead. At 20 minutes in, especially up against that Arc Warden, like you said, with the double Midas, but he is going to keep going now into a Hurricane Pike, and I realize it's an Arc Warden, but at some stage you've got to be a bit concerned about how hard this Drow is going to start hitting you. It only gets worse as time goes on.
It's going to get a bit more complicated as well, because he does have the Hurricane Pike up, so even if you catch him out, he's got ways to widen that gap, get himself out of sticky situations here. TNC, and they still have the slight net worth lead, but it does feel like this is not the progression they want to be seeing right now. Still, I mean, you know, they're putting all their eggs into one basket in Gabby, and they have smoked up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Through the triangle. Play hard. Oh, he's going to get caught out here on the clock. Looks like he has no way out. He's gone. Well, John Newell also ruptured up by KB. Mid-Icarus dive, and he's gone. No way of survival, but they're going to go for the team fight anyway. Armel trying to get that Rolling Thunder, but he gets cancelled off, and now the lasso's out from JG, but they don't have the damage. The Soulbind holding them in place, so Armel can get the roll off and go back into them. But they do get the egg. Looks like TNC, they do want to disengage out of here. Commit any further.
It's a good win for Neon. They're targeting the right heroes. Every time they take out March, gives JG a very clean opportunity to get the lasso off. And March, again, he needs to find that spacing on the Venge just to be on the edge to get a swap off the save, because if you break that lasso, Neon's play kind of falls apart, right? It's still a level 1 swap, so it is harder to space yourself out, but you still have to be very cautious about it. This is the only counterplay they have to that lasso initiation of Neon.
See, still grouped up as 4. They have a smoke on March, waiting to clear the creep wave in the mid lane. Perhaps go for this smoke now? Are they waiting for Tim's perhaps? Yeah, top lane has been forced out by Neon, so Tim's gonna take care of it.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
Go. Well, Scabby can try to meet up with them with those boots of travel. They're gonna run straight into Scam. March would love a swap right now. Gabby, go for the Flux to get started, but Scam will mantle it off. Meanwhile, to the north, they have found that Phoenix, and that'll be a dieback on John Newell. Just brought back in that previous fight. TNC, can they actually get a Roshan done?
Ooh, that's confident. They don't have the team fight without the egg, so TNC must be feeling confident about that. March, again, I'd say, has to stay outside though. If he wants to play with that swap to break any jump in, he's got to keep himself safe here.
You've got to be worried about play hard and JG. They're going to be looking to jump in. Try and steal this Aegis. TNC, they're going to go for a quick smoke. Trying to wrap around and block the way for that hook shot. Still looking for an angle, play hard. He's waiting, but Yopaj has been jumping the Tiny. Still looking in, he does get the angle, but the Roshan's not done yet, and Gabby does manage to pick it up. So play hard is going to go down, and so does Yopaj on the Tiny. JG, he'll commit the lasso, but it may not mean anything. He'll kill KB, but he will lose his own life. And they end up getting a 3 for, well, a 2 for 4. The Aegis does expire at least on Gabby, so they get something out of this, but still not a great team fight for Neon.
No, it's a very costly fight in the pit. They do manage to at least stall out. Playhard's timing was almost perfect. Would have been really big if he stole the Aegis still. TNC find themselves 7k up. You're starting to see Gabby slowly pull ahead. He's just 1k above Scam, but that is what you like to see here. And you're getting more key items up. Tim's has the blink up on that Grimstroke, so he can come in for better targeted soulbinds. Has to be a bit careful here, though.
Gabby, big pickup. Oh, play hard. He missed the hook. And now the turnaround out from TNC. It's going to be a nice, easy kill onto play hard. Rotations out from this dire side, making sure they don't just give away their position 1. They'd love to pick off Skem on this drow. They could catch him. KP. May toss out on Yopaj. Not going to be quite enough to hold him down. Looks like TNC, they might start trying to pressure this bottom tier 2 tower.
Yeah, they've got the numbers here. You will have play hard up in a short time span. The egg is up. The lasso is up as well on JG. And they do smoke up. There's an opportunity to fight here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
All their ultis available right now. Neon, they're going to really walk the long way around.
Dire structures are fortified.
The lines are being drawn up at the top lane.
Radiant's bottom tower
They were
is
just
under
smoking to perhaps push out lanes. JG will get the fire flying, goes for March with the lasso. They'll rupture up JG, but it's not going to matter. March should die. Hookshot, however, from play hard does not connect. They couldn't follow up with any more. They're just going to accept the venge kill and leave it at that.
Yeah, they do still manage to stall off the push. So in a sense, that's a successful defense. Tier 2 still stands. TNC forced to back off. Neon again with the right targets, although...
Oh, this Tempest double has been the bane of Playhard's existence. Gabby, he's not willing to give it away for free, but Skem looks to have gotten it just in time anyway. Gabby does get that tier 2 tower. TNC, they're just making these small increments of improvement that are pulling this this game ahead for themselves.
Yeah, they widen the lead. They get the bottom tier 2, so that opens up the jungle completely. There's still good wards there from Neon, but you've got some spikes coming out here. Armel, not only does he have the Heaven's Halberd, but he also has the Ags. So he's going to have that additional damage with a swashbuckle on the shield crash. You've got a BKB now up and running as well. I believe Gabby's flying it out, yeah, so... It's going to be a bit harder to pin in that Arc Warden. And you've got to be very cautious, Neon. They've still shown us that they can take these fights. JG has to always find March. That is their condition. If you can take out the Venge, TNC suddenly loses a lot of their instant bursts with Rupture Swap, and they also lose a way to break any further lasso. Just kill off March, and that numbers advantage will work in Neon's favor.
Top lane, Cavi's Tempest double, just gonna BKB up and stand his ground. Mid lane. And in mid is gonna go after March. No, he'll switch over to KB on the Bloodseeker. They did lasso him up and they do take him out. And that'll be March going down on the bench. Now JG on the chase for more. Be able to catch anyone else out.
Again, good targets to go for. The issue right now for March is the moment he gets silenced up, he can't do anything. So he has to watch the spot of Scam, but Scam is a bit slippery now. He's got the Shadow Blade up, so he can start to rip into that back line. A bit harder here for TNC to play offensively on the map. They've been a bit more defensive now. Neon's movement has caused TNC to withdraw into their side of the jungle. They did find a top tier 1, but that's pretty much a dead lane, not the biggest objective. The gold injection is nice, as you know, they start to clump up now.
Mel, huge pick off there for Scam. That's your mid Pango going down. TNC, they're really putting all their eggs in the Gabby basket here on the Arc Warden. Don't know if it's gonna pan out if this game keeps up like this. Gem is still going to become a problem, especially with that Lincoln Sphere coming out. You're not going to be able to control him as well.
Yeah, it makes it really difficult to, you know, get that combination off. Even the double rupture is not going to be as smooth going, so you're going to have to find a way to break that off. There's also a BKB up now on your Podge. Again, a lot of that control, a lot of the damage actually from TNC just kind of negated by these great pickups by Neon.
He's going for the Aghanim Scepter on the tiniest Vulture.
Oh, I love it. That's it. That's how you do it.
Well, you need the crit though, that's the thing. Like it doesn't do enough damage without like the Daedalus up on the tiny. I guess the Ags does kind of get you started, but really all it does.
Yeah, it's fair. And then I guess next you just have to see the Daedalus, you know? It's like, that's exactly it for your pod. Just pure right clicks. And I do believe the reasoning behind that could also be because the bubble doesn't stop those projectiles from doing damage. So that is one way to just not make that a problem. At the same time, Tiny's supposed to blink in anyway. So I guess he just wants the damage. It's just a physical build, safe damage flying out. And another pause. Who is it? It's Gabby. Okay, because Neon only has, you know, a minute, so gotta be cautious.
Yeah. Discord, but everyone's having problems. It's very strange.
And fine.
We are
for some reason. We're on Discord.
Always.
Yeah. Unfortunate. But I guess it happens. It's just something. Still, yeah, I look at Gabby, Mike. He's queuing up the E-Blade. So he's going to be trying to shotgun. This is pretty darn good as well to force a disarm onto Skem, which is lovely. I mean, you already had a disarm Mel anyway, but you want to keep it consistent. This is the way to do it. I do feel like Gabi would need a little bit more damage though. Like down the line, he's gonna have to sell the Midas off, go for a Bloodthorn, and if you can get that, then your Tempest Double is just gonna find solo kills across the map. Like you can at least keep bullying play hard. You might be able to blow up JG before the BKB comes, and you should definitely be able to punish John Uel. So just that offensive build up later on would be nice, and some issues there.
You do have to go ahead once again. So E-Blade Arc Warden is it's gonna be fun to see. I guess it does have a real nice way of dealing with the Drow. Scam won't really be able to get the attacks off unless he does Manta it off, but even then you've got two of those things to worry about because Arc Warden has a Tempest double for some reason. Very balanced hero.
Yep, and you know, Gabby is actually queuing up the MKB next. But again, pure damage coming out. Once that's ready, he's gonna hit a lot more, and you've got to watch out for the split push game. That double is gonna be pretty hard to control. In fact, he's just sending it already, and you know, this is it. This is peak Arc Warden gameplay.
About 4k ahead of the Drow now. Just send the Tempest double in, but is going to get it fed to Skem. Rod of Atos, KP, no, he gets hookshot out by Playhard. They want to take the fight. Playhard going to be alright, they'll swap in JG instead. The egg is still going. Yopaj, a great avalanche out on that Tiny, but he'll be ruptured up. They'll just focus down March first. Now JG with a great lasso onto Tim's. That'll be a Grimstroke who should be dying, but he will soulbind before he does go down. Still a great team fight out for Neon Esports. They get a 2 for nothing, and they're looking for more.
Their lineup just is starting to pop off in TNC. They can't fight in. They are a bit too disjointed. They're trying to make moves as 2 or 3, but it's constantly punished. Losing your supports like this is starting to hurt. That lead shrinking down to 6k, and that's a lot of space being built up by Neon. Skem is looking way too big now. They have been really on point with the targeting here.
Gabby fought out Playhard, but no, Yopaj going to toss him out of there. Turn back around on that Tempest double and try to sort it out. No, actually picking up the Aghanim Scepter, by the way, John, on the Pango.
Yeah. It's really nice. Swashbuckles on the shield crash. More opportunities to get perhaps a disarm off, just more DPS coming out. We haven't really seen it in play though. Like, Armel's had that for a while, but they haven't found a successful fight in quite some time for TNC. They've been playing from the back, as we talked about, waiting for Gabby to be really big. And he's almost there. The MKB's almost done. They still maintain a 5k lead. But you know, it's like an alt game, right? Like the Arc Warden eats so much space, you're sacrificing your other cores. At some point, a 5k lead with an Arc Warden, it doesn't feel like it's going to be enough.
Maybe when that MKB's up. That's the thing with the hero though, right? You could just infinitely push out lanes. You can buy so much time with this hero. And even these Spark Wraiths, just place them all across the map and just find out where people are.
Oh.
Right now, they're stacking them up, but good pull away from JG with the lasso. And now a great hook shot in with the cogs, blocking the way out. There is no exit for TNC. They might have to just take this fight. Armel, be all right. Gabby, gonna move back in. That'll pretty much be it. A 1-for-1. Kind of head back.
Yeah, it's not the biggest trade for both sides. Lasso was committed, but March did manage to get into range for the swap. So he does have level 2 swap. Very important for the Venge. You are feeling maybe a bit more comfortable here as TNC. And the one thing that saved him really was that the cogs did not latch the way Playhard wanted them to. So they couldn't fully commit from Neon. They couldn't drop the egg. They couldn't follow up. And that does stall out for TNC further. Skem is looking like a massive issue now, though. He's just getting way too big. He's just about 4,000 behind the Arc Warden, which, again, is cause for concern here from TNC's end. They need a wider lead, and they need some catch-up farm on their other cores, especially KP. He's stalled out after that Atos. Not much going on this Bloodseeker, not even too much in the aura play. You need to give the Bloodseeker something to scale up with. He just does not have the items to really shine here yet.
But they're having the they're playing the rat game here, TNC. Sending Tempest doubles constantly down to that bot lane and chipping away at that tier 3 tower. Gonna be frustrating for Neil to try and deal with this. It's just something that's so spammable.
Oh yeah.
Keeps doing it.
Yeah. It's one of those things that happens. Would be nice if you had a repair kit, but not yet. It's one that's stalled out, right?
Available though.
Oh,
Yep.
now I'm
Yeah.
happy.
Your partner's
But-
got on the courier.
Yeah, but he needs a crit stick, so I'm not too happy. Yeah, just build a Daedalus next. Or, yeah, there you go. Yapaj, you're my boy. Japoy, do it.
Go. Get that Daedalus up. I'm
It's gonna
very,
be a
very
while.
funny with that tree dust.
It's
miss
gonna be
that
a
thing.
while, sadly. Oh, I miss it with Morphling. Two tinies. Two tinies, just... Why didn't teams do that? Like, you know, morph ags is a thing. Why didn't they go more for tiny morph? I feel that would have been. It's more entertaining, you know, because deforestation in that scale is just—it's illegal, Mike.
Should be. Scam just pushing out that mid lane. TNC seemingly unwilling to try and initiate a fight.
Boom, there it goes.
This is what Arc
Yeah.
Warden does to the game, John. It just makes it this kind of game, you know?
Yeah.
You can't do anything.
Is under attack.
Yeah, I mean the tier 3 bot, 300 HP. They actually did force Yapaj to TP away from that as well, and you know, eventually TNC is gonna find a tier 3 for themselves. As is, yeah, no, Gabby's already back. Yeah.
Trying to throw everything out onto this Tempest double. Gabby's gonna put the magnetic field down and laugh at them and take their tier 3 tower. Tell me how this is balanced.
That was hard. That's a lot of work for Gabby. He's sending more. He's got the spell person. That's so
Oh,
dumb.
great.
Look at the
20
cooldown.
20% cooldown reduction on an Arc Warden. Seems good.
Dude, 27.2 cooldown, 26 duration, 1 second downtime. Now that is balanced. That is balanced.
Why not just buy Octarine Core as well? Why even have downtime?
Doesn't end. It's just there. Always out. Gabby, this is the dream.
Top tower is under
Man Dota. That's what
It
it is. It's literally one man Dota.
PNC, just the rest of them just hop in the backpack of Gabby. Just sit back, relax, boys. Have a meal or two. Don't worry, everything's fine. I'll take care of the whole map. And a magic lamp there. Mart will take that. They are preparing for the next Roshan attempt near on Esports. Gabby's going to scout that out. Pops the BKB on the Tempest double and we'll go at Yapaj. He might actually kill him too, by the way. Yapaj stuck on the high ground now. Has to BKB up. With 4 heroes there.
Bounced. Yep. I don't see anything wrong here, Mike. Perfectly fine.
just
This is how
not fine.
Dota's meant to be played. I don't know what you're talking about. And you know, Mike, we don't even have 25 on Gabby yet, so
Oh, what's 25?
Lifestealer spark rate damage.
Oh, good.
Yeah, exactly what you'd
Needed.
want. Yep, he needed it. He needs such a good 25. He does. I don't know what you're talking about. Still, you know, TNC, I mean, they're playing this perfectly. It's 23 to 25, 4K lead. You still worry because Neon has so many ways back in and they actually smoke up. They're tired of waiting here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh,
Run into. Oh, no. Oh, you can't miss that. That's a. He was standing still. He was basically AFK. JG, though, he is going to get a nice target in March. Oh, it's very unfortunate for Play Hard.
Do it with
Look at bot lane, John. Gabby's taking a Rax by himself. He's got it.
Bottom barracks has
Oh, that is dirty. That is just so dirty. And TNC? They...
Out on your page.
Yeah. GG.
He's just in. Not sure what he's up to though. There's no lasso available. Scam trying to deal with the Tempest double. Your page will go try to block it up. Play hard, misses the hook again.
not as impressive.
Tempest double literally won't die.
Nope.
Play hard's gonna
hard.
die to it. That's the worst part about it. He almost goes down.
If you had a Blood Torn there, I think that would have definitely been a kill for Gabby, but only so many slots you can get on a hero. I guess that's the balancing factor for the Arc Warden, you know? He only has 6 slots like everyone else.
Oh. That's... I mean... you know, John,
I love how
don't
speechless
get
you
me
are.
started. Don't get me started. I will never stop if I get started on this hero. With the spark rates being placed around the just casually, just in case you're smoking. Can't run
Yeah.
through those.
Oh, and they do 250 more damage now, wait.
A divine rate.
25 is up.
Well done, Skem. See, Skem knows he needs a divine. There's no other way to beat this darn hero, and he bought a divine. Well done, Skem. I'm proud of Skem.
Skemberlu with the plays. That's going to allow him to pierce through that bubble as well, mind you. So it's going to be easier for him to find those openings. We'll have to be cautious. Oh, man, John Yuel just melts the Gabby. Like, just popping that... Well, popping the magical lamp, so that's going to be down for a bit.
Tower is
Still
under
looking for that Daedalus in Yapaj, though, Mike. He's got the Crystallis. But I want to see that Daedalus up. Still a long ways off. As TNC, this is peak Dota. I'll say it again. It's just the epitome of the game. This is the balance that we seek. This is Zen.
You know what the worst part about the divine on Skem is? It's gonna make it even slower of a game because now he doesn't want to lose his life, so we're just
Oh yeah.
who's gonna make that mistake first? Dota Plus, 65% for TNC, but it has been going down ever since the divine got bought.
Yeah,
So-
it's a scary possibility. But you've got this Hex now on Tim's, so I guess you've got Soulbind Hex. That is super potent. That can change these fights. In fact, if Tim's manages to save for, say, an Ags, you're going to be really well off. Just grab some Scam Illusions and be happy. So there's that Daedalus though, Mike. Your Paj.
Daedalus on him, Tim's has got a Scythe of Vice, and because he's got the Philosopher's Stone, John, he's just getting infinite gold coming in.
Oh yeah.
So now both teams can hold their ground for ages, right? They've got their defenses set, but we need somebody to start being offensive.
No, we don't. No, we don't. They're posturing around a Roche, Mike. You see that? But how can you go in? Neon has a lasso. They've got the egg. They've got Tiny Toss blink in. But TNC, they've got these spark rates around. They've got March constantly screaming at Roche, and they've got Gabby just sending himself out. You know, he is his own best friend. There you go. Just going straight. He's gonna get the range track. He already took the range tracks. What's he doing?
He's going for
All
the
right.
mid racks, John. What do you do after the bot racks? Go for the mid one. Scam's gonna show up. They just Ghost Scepter him up, or Ghost Form him, and Gabby, he'll lose the Tempest double. They see the Divine Rapier. Nothing to hide there. It's gonna be another one of those games where everyone gets to level 30.
Yeah. It's Arc Warden. Just play it slow, play it safe. 9K in the bank for Gabby, no problem. Not spending it, of course, as one would when you have that goal. Just play it safe. And we're just playing the farming game. You can see Gabby at 38K, Scam at 35. So our Drow actually doing fantastic. And really making use of that farming Divine Rapier.
Just Tim's gonna blink away, but there is a leap in with a lasso out onto KB. They'll drag him onto the high ground, bring him on the other side, but he had spider legs, I believe. In fact, no, he just got out of there. Still, team fight continues. The egg does blow. KB does lose his life to Skem. Skem is actually doing a lot of damage. But Gabby now looking to fight back. Bring it back in. KB rushing onto Skem, wanting to go after that Drow Ranger, but he's been Hurricane Pike backed. They disarm him. Looks like your Page is going to be caught on the Tiny and will eventually die.
That's a big back and forth between both teams. A lot of buybacks being committed, more on TNC's end. 3 for 2. Neon's going to be happy with that, of course. Gives him an edge up. Drags that lead down to 3k. And you can see the power of Skem with the Divine, right? Like, he is hitting like an absolute truck. It's very hard for TNC to come in and to do the work. They were saved by March's swap. So that is really starting to come into play here. It doesn't have the max level swap to really be safe, but there's that Roche coming out for Gabby, and not the biggest commitment, just the double in.
And the Spark Wraiths that seem to be deleting Roshan right now. Gabby keeping scouts out. Roshan getting very, very low. And JG going to jump in a bit too early. A great bait out from Gabby, and now JG just stuck by himself in the middle of nowhere. Will try for the lasso, but it will mean nothing. Armel even just going to jump onto the high ground now. They'll get the Aegis. This might be the moment where TNC start to push. In fact, Gabby, he sends a Temper Stubble in again. Down to that bot lane. The Skem will go sort it out on the Drow. It looks like they are ready to try and start this mid push.
Yep, they've got the second life up, so they're gonna have an easy enough time going up there. Just gotta be cautious. Skem still hits like a truck. They still have Egg here from Neon. Really good high ground defense that can fly out.
At least they can get rid of the Temper Stubble quite fast. With the tree volley up from your Page, you can get rid of all the creeps quite quickly. TNC may feel like they don't have the answers for this high ground. They may actually get out of here.
Yeah, again, just back to the defensive plays. Feels like they need more in the tank. Not sure what else you could ask for from Gab. He is saving for the Ags. So you're gonna have runes on demand at the least, but they do smoke up. And they've got that Aegis. They've got the edge up.
Dude, it just seems though they're a bit afraid about going into that Divine Rapier. They have found out your Page. That's going to be a massive pick on that mid-tiny. Meanwhile, Armel going into the back lines, trying to deal with the Phoenix, but he has already got the egg off. Armel just going to swashbuckle his way out before it does explode. They do get a massive pick in the tiny.
Yep,
with that tiny down, this might be the chance to go.
No buyback up. Gonna have an opening to go into the high ground.
What does Gabby's Arc Warden do? Gabby's Aghanim Scepter do?
Just rune on demand, so you can create a random rune in front of you with a rune forge. I think he's gonna go straight up synthesis. Yeah, there he goes. There you go, rune arcane. How short's the cooldown Tempest? 19. Spark rate to every 1.9 seconds.
Getting ridiculous now. So you can spawn a rune up. So he's gonna be hoping for that DD rune. Wait, his Tempest double can do it?
Yep.
What?
Of course. Yeah. It's not an ult. It's a great axe, Mike.
Oh,
Look at that.
boy. Look,
Beautiful. Look at that.
look at this. Look at this. When did this become Dota?
It's like StarCraft 2 when you've got siege tanks lined up and the enemy can't do anything. And you just put them into siege mode and all they can do is watch. It's sad.
So they're just spawning runes up. even
Yep.
bounty runes. So
Yep.
Gabby's basically like a walking pirate hat now.
Yeah, pirate hat that can get spicy, you know, with double damage, with haste, with regen. You don't want any of those, really. I mean, it's all about arcane or double damage, of course, but yeah, sometimes you have no choice. Still, the artillery that comes out of Yapaj does hit hard, but you've got an Abyssal up now on our
How
melon.
is
They
he
are
able
smoked
to
behind.
attack from this far away, John? Gem can't even reach the Arc Warden to hit him. Meanwhile, the back line, JG goes for the lasso, but he was ruptured up by KP.
Oh no.
Line swap out from March. They have got the Drow. Scam trying to run. He might just lose that Divine and does. That's the Divine of the deck. Gabby, he'll take it for himself. They'll buy back on Neon Esports, but yeah, I don't know about this Arc Warden, John. It's too much.
No, yep, no, there's no way. There's the Divine on Gabby.
You just gotta ban it. It doesn't.
No, you can't stop it. That's just gonna be mega creeps coming out here for TNC. And the buybacks there from Scam, yeah, they just call it.
Just call it.
They're just done. They're done.
Game's over.
I mean, good attempt from Neon. Really, a lot of shining moments there. They did put a lot of pressure in TNC. It's just that one fight at Roche cost them a ton. And of course, that Spell Prism. That was really one of the turning points for TNC. They got that Spell Prism on the constant.
You